Welcome to another random podcast by the Department of Understanding Humans. This could be considered your cautionary warning to proceed with caution, cautiously. We talk about random things. We have a conversation about what's going on, and occasionally we curse. We do also insult everybody equally. So enjoy.
Buckle up, kid. Shit's gonna get weird.
So hi.
Hi. It's been a minute. Once again, reality got in the way.
Yeah, world events happen. Things happen.
You know,
Things happen.
things, strikes. Strikes happen.
Things.
Strikes happen. I was thinking, why don't we just go ahead and let AI do our podcast and just take over, and Skynet and Terminators and all that other stuff, because
Let's see. Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, dude.
I don't want to log in and I don't want to sign up because I don't want to have to. Okay, well, shoot. Is there a free AI that we can test it out on? Because that'd be funny to be like, I want to do a podcast about nothing and see what it says. You know what? We would break the AI.
We could be the ones to actually stop AI.
Really, because AI, right, from what I understand, is dependent on what's fed to it as base ingredients.
Right, as base ingredients.
And so if we don't feed it anything, and if we say I want a podcast about nothing, it'll eat itself.
Programming. Shall we play a game? That does not compute. Error. That could happen. We could be the ones to destroy the AI. Something I've noticed with all the AI stuff, and here's a funny little factoid. AI can't really recognize fingers. If you see, they are using AI in photos now. Someone pointed this out with the Google or the Samsung, the opposite of the iPhone. Whatever, the Samsung, Google Pixel or something. One of those phones uses AI to clear your picture. Say if you take a absolute blurry picture of the moon. Mm-hmm. They will use AI to enhance your photo, not to make the camera look good, but not to make you look good or the photo look good, but to make them look even better.
Interesting.
Someone took pictures. They were way up at a concert, took pictures of the concert. Mm-hmm. Photos were blurry as all get out. But then they took it, used their phone, whatever the phone is, and all of a sudden, zoom, clear, just absolute crisp picture of the concert. They started looking at it closer. The hands were opposite. Like fingers weren't where they were supposed to be.
That's hilarious.
Confused.
That's funny.
If you go on TikTok right now, there's a big AI photo trend. Like, do this. It's going to feed you, I don't know, Mortal Kombat or something, right? People are putting their hands up in their face to see if it'll register as like a mask or something funky. No, it just makes like these weird fingers coming out of everybody's heads.
Sausage arms.
Yes. Sausage arms. Right?
Welcome to Sausage Land. How can I help you? God, that's funny.
It is the most effed up thing I've ever seen. So is AI just absolutely wonderful? Yeah, for writing maybe, but for photos, okay, it's still a little confused.
Yeah, no, and I know that they do those like the AI stuff that you can air quotes train the AI with different photos, and then it helps you create a new version of that photo, which is great. If you're using your photos, if you're using your artwork to do that, that's fine. But I had gone in and gotten a membership to one of the early adopters of art AI generation, And then I found out about all of the copyright art that was being stolen to create that new art. And I was like,
Right.
oh, delete, delete, delete. And I mean, there's a lot of people that are really upset. And then there's the people that are able to kind of adopt a different idea of it. You know, there's the camp that says, yeah, but it creates art for cheap, and people can buy cheap art. This is true. You know, people who want just kind of random cheap
Right.
art, you can just kind of go get random cheap art, right? If you want a masterpiece, you're going to go to an actual artist. You're not going to go to a computer anyway. Now, there are artists that use digital media to create masterpieces, but
Yes.
there are still levels of requirement to categorize it as a masterpiece or as a work of art. Now, I mean, there's some stuff I've seen on what is that,
DeviantArt.
DeviantArt. There are people that have posted some stuff on there that's digital art, and you look at that and you're like, holy crapola, the detail, because they spend hours of getting in there with, you know, with the digital pen and creating these tiny little details that you wouldn't notice unless you're really
Right.
paying attention. And you could do that with a paintbrush. So I mean, it is very subjective. Art is always subjective, but when it comes to running countries and writing legal documents, I don't think AI has a place.
Joe Walsh was interviewed about it, and he said, I'm going to tell you when I'll start worrying about AI. He said, everybody's worried about AI with music and everything else. He says, yeah, it's a tool.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it. He said, but AI can't trash a hotel room after a concert. AI can't do this. AI can't do that.
Yeah.
AI can't get arrested in court and be doing stupid stuff. He said the moment AI starts doing those things, yeah, I'll be a little concerned. Right now, I'm not too concerned.
Well, be careful saying stuff like that out
Yeah,
loud and putting it into
exactly.
the universe. I mean, we've got, if AI becomes self evolving and can write itself, which is what they're concerned of, and if androids are being created, humanoid robots, and AI gets put into a humanoid robot, you never know. They could be trashing Vegas rooms and sticking up their middle finger at a concert. You never know.
They
You
could
know,
be.
and I know that a lot of people, I think, in the acting community are worried because they're getting the deep fakes and the AIs are coming
Yes.
into the deep fakes. I mean, there's some social media people that I follow on a few of the like the stitches and the what are those things with that YouTube does. Anyway, the
Shorts.
stories, the shorts, and they are like they're not the actual actor, but and it's a parody account, but like Robert Downey
Mm-hmm.
Jr. and Jason Statham and even Keanu Reeves, they all have these people that are playing a version of them that are enhanced with deepfake. And they do shorts like, you know, Keanu Reeves cleaning the toilet bowl and it's this guy cleaning the toilet bowl, but he looks like Keanu Reeves.
Toilet.
And he looks, I mean, he really looks just like Keanu Reeves. The deep fake of Robert Downey Jr. is freaking ridiculous. But
You
like,
haven't experienced AI until you've heard Elvis Presley singing Baby Got Back.
no.
And it's that good.
Oh my god. I'm
It's
good.
so good, you actually sit and go, that can't be that is that Elvis? That you when you hear it for the first time, you're
So
like, no, come on.
so then here's the concern. Because have you seen there's a video that came out and it's a mashup of, and I think they've even it's already been debunked as a deep fake and as a lie.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it came out and it's circulating and it can be this real is really scary. It is a January 6th montage of Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and AOC all on the phone with each other talking during the January 6th
Yes. And
issue.
that is a deep fake. That is
It
not an
is a
actual thing.
right, it is a deep fake because you sit there and you listen to it and you go, "No, hang on a minute. That like it sounds like them, but then you kind of your ear kind of picks up on the mechanics of it and you go, "No,
Right.
this is too scripted. This is too on the nose." Like I can't imagine I can imagine Joe Biden saying, "Listen, sweetheart, just do your job and shut up." Right? I can imagine that, which is why you kind of go, "Wait a minute, what did I just hear?" But what I can't imagine is the acoustics behind it, right? It didn't.
Right.
It didn't like you could hear. You could hear the
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 phone
inauthentic.
crackle.
Yeah, but you could hear the inauthenticity of how clear it was. It was like, wait, that's too clear.
That's the
That's
fallacy of AI.
right, and so that's
Makes
why
it too good.
it makes it too good. Now, there is speculation that I guess it could start creating its own artifacts and causing its own dirt. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you look at the deep fakes, and you can, if you pay attention, even on the best deep fake, there's something just just wrong. Like, you watch something and you go, hang on a minute. As much as I would love to believe that Nancy Pelosi said these things, even the movement under her mask in the video doesn't match the words that are being said. Number one.
Right.
Number two, I just as slimy as I think Pelosi could possibly be in her career and in her life, this just doesn't fit. Like, you either believe that the government is so corrupt that they can pull off things like the JFK assassination, the 9/11 attacks, and all these other things, or you don't. And if you believe that they can, then you have to believe that Pelosi's not dumb enough to get caught on a recording saying something like that.
Well,
Or
you'd be
or maybe
surprised how
or maybe
stupid.
she
Look,
is.
I first off,
Epstein
that whole
Epstein didn't
January 6th conversation
hang on a second.
is
Epstein didn't kill himself, and I will not commit suicide. Go,
right.
go ahead. You were saying?
Um, Jesus,
Sorry, I
that
watched
whole
Andrew
I've seen the
Tate.
video. I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
know what you're
but it's so amazing that you just can't believe it. You're like, man, I cannot believe that. Well, chances are you shouldn't, because it's not real.
right. It's if you sit and go, no, I no. If you, we're intelligent enough people, and I think this is what's happened with us. We are intelligent enough to look and go, no, I don't believe that. Now, there's some that would sit there and hold that as gospel. Like, that is absolutely true. We
Right.
didn't do this. These are also the same people that believe the earth is flat and we've never gone to the moon.
And there's like
I
47
had
million.
someone trying to argue with me about when we travel by air, we constantly are going. So it's got to be flat. We never see we never see a curve. We never see this. We never see that.
You do see a curve.
Yeah, exactly. You see a curve, and I had to look at them and go, "Are you out of your tree? You do see a curve, and by the way, if it was flat, you would come to the end. Round, you keep going around flying, no end. Because
Right.
why? You're in a circle, an infinite loop. A straight line has a beginning
And
and an
end.
end.
Which, I mean, you have to look at people and say, how did people. There are documented quests around the world.
Right, exactly.
They
And
started
then
on one side, they ended up on the other. How did that happen? And then
we
you've got
ain't never been to no
satellites.
moon.
Yeah, right. But the satellites. Let's just say, okay, for grins and giggles, that the Earth is flat. What are the satellites doing? Are they just flying around in a random pattern, or are they going in circles around the flat plate of the Earth? Like, how is that working? Because the way they actually go is the orbit of the Earth. If the Earth was flat, the satellites wouldn't work, because the satellite going from LA to New York, and then from New York to Cairo, and then from Cairo to Japan, like, you can't, it wouldn't work. Uh, Maybe I'm overthinking that, but still.
No, you're not overthinking it. It's just people people effing amaze me. I mean,
They
they
really do.
seriously do.
They really do. Like with this new Jason Aldean song, have you heard this?
No, I have not. I don't listen to country.
So I don't listen to country either. However, comma, once in a while I will torture myself with, something. Um, but apparently Jason Aldean put out a song that CMT, Country Music Television, decided to pull down off the video circulation because they said it was racist. And the women of the View, are up in arms because they're saying that the song is racist and about lynching and blah blah blah. Well, the song is actually about people in small towns not behaving like people in San Francisco. And it's called in a small town, or in my small town, or try that in a small town, or something like that. And basically the lyrics are like, you want to go out and pull an old woman out of her car and steal her car. You want to hit somebody up in the head with a baseball bat. You want to burn down a local store. You want to do this or that or whatever. Try that in a small town. We take care of our own. You want to go out there and you want to, cause riots and wreak havoc. Go ahead. Try that in a small town. It's not going to work, right? And that's the message. Is a small town bands together, and we don't allow, or they don't allow, behavior like what happened in the Summer of Love with the BLM riots and stuff like that. Well, because it's a white guy singing country music and he's showing actual footage of that Summer of Love, everybody's up in arms about it, saying, "Oh, it's racist, it's bigoted, it's invoking violence and yada yada yada." And then, so my favorite, and the reason I found out about this was because Graham Allen, who is absolutely hilarious, he posted a tweet about it, and he compared the two, he compared the lyrics to a #1 Billboard chart set of lyrics, also known as WAP. And he's like, read the differences. And now you tell me which one's more unacceptable.
A comedian did a joke about that. I can't remember who it was, but
Oh,
they were comparing
yes.
"Baby
Baby,
It's
it's
Cold
cold
Outside" to
outside.
WAP,
Yeah.
which is true. There we were talking about it. A friend and I were talking about it recently, and on the radio, George Michael's. It was on the '80s channel. "I Want Your Sex" came on. And back then, that was such a scandalous
I
song.
know.
Oh my God, radio stations were afraid to play it. I mean, it was just so taboo. Now, by today's standards, that's tame.
It is. It really
It
is. And
is
that's so
tame.
sad. But it's a good song,
We
you know.
we have desensitized ourselves so damn bad that things no longer shock us. But I guess that's going forward. One of these days, I think we'll wake up. I think people will wake up and go, okay, can we raise the bar a little, like South Park? Remember, you ever see that episode? James Cameron goes to find the bar. He goes down. He dives down deep in his bathysphere to find the bar because we have lowered the bar so much that fat kids wrestling in spaghetti is entertainment. So he raises the bar, and then all of a sudden people start going, wait, this isn't entertaining. Stop this. Stop this now. This is just terrible. All of a sudden people start waking up to reality and going, I can't do this anymore. What have we done to ourselves? One day, and I think it's coming soon, there's enough people who have started looking and going, this is not entertaining. This is not, I don't want this. This is not good.
I think it's starting to happen. I mean, because of the fact that there were like, I hate getting into this topic, but it's still
No, it's fine.
relevant. With the whole Pride Month thing, there were kids that didn't want to dress up in the Pride Month regalia. They wore red, white, and blue.
Right.
And they started saying, my pronouns are USA. And so and they're grade school kids, and so it's obvious that there is something going on where we've got the millennials are starting to kind of get a clue. Zoomers are a little bit behind the times, but the alphas, I guess is what they're called now. Uh, they're starting to kind of go, hang on a minute, this isn't this isn't good. This is
Wait, what are we doing here? Yeah.
right, and so I think they're going to be the next Generation X. I think they're going to be the next group of kids that are going to grow up feral and not be the better person. Because we're not. I'm not the better person. I'm not. So I pulled up the lyrics, and this is what it is like. Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean versus WAP by Cardi B. Jason Aldean's, I'm just going to read like the first paragraph. His lyrics are: sucker punch somebody on a subway, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think that's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far down the road you make it. Cardi B, beat up a N-word, catch a charge, extra large and extra hard. Put this right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card, hop on top, I want to ride, I do a kegel while it's inside, spit in my mouth, look at my eyes, this pussy's wet, come take a dive. Like, what?
I'll be right back. I need to take a shower after
Yeah,
hearing that because I feel unclean.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'll send you some bleach. But so
No,
it's
that's all right.
just it. Get, people need to, and I think what makes it really hard is the the mainstream media is perpetuating the dangerous bullshit. Like, I don't care what you think. Like, I care what you think, but I don't care what you think. Especially if you're an American, I will fight for your right to be stupid. Because we have free speech in the Constitution, right? You want to say something stupid, you want to think what you want to think, that's fine. But then once it starts harming other people, that's when you gotta kind of have to step in, right?
Right, exactly.
And the decision on what harms other people is left to those who have an idea based on the Constitution and based on just human rights, what is right or wrong. You know, spanking a kid for punching a kid, that's somebody, the parent makes that decision. Kicking a dog for stealing a piece of cheese is wrong.
Right.
Right? So, but mainstream media takes stuff like this. Like, they would sit there and they would call Cardi B a strong, powerful black woman. In her power. She'd go, you go, you're empowered. But they're calling Jason Aldean a bigot and racist. And it always comes to that when they don't have a good argument, they don't have a valid excuse for judging somebody. It always boils down to the basis of what triggers people to recoil, which is bigotry and racism, like especially in America. Because, oh my God, don't call me a racist. Oh my God, right? I don't want to be a racist. Not in America. I can't be a racist. You're fucking racist. I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally. But besides that, the mainstream media needs to stop. I know that they have freedom of the press. That's great. But other countries don't even know what the hell's going on in America, truly. And like, they're no longer media. They're no longer news. It is all, and I mean all, even Fox News has become propagandized. It's all propaganda.
Corporate propaganda.
Yeah, it's all corporate propaganda. Whoever's paying the biggest check gets the best story. Period.
Sad news with our podcast.
Uh-oh, what?
One of my favorites, who actually sang to my mother on her 40th birthday, Tony Bennett, has departed from.
When? When?
Tony Bennett died Friday.
Oh, dang.
96 years old.
Well, that sucks. I mean, 96, jeez.
I mean, he lived a full life.
Yeah,
but
he did.
For a man, he went through his life. Alzheimer's is what eventually was the reason. He was starting to not be able to recognize, and he did a and this was probably about two years ago. He did a concert and he did an album with Lady Gaga.
Right, and it was gorgeous.
It's
Gorgeous.
really a great album. But during the show, he's trying to do, and he's okay. His son even said, who managed him, said, "You're okay on stage," and he even told people he's all right on stage. He can kind of keep it together. It's sort of his therapy. But he'll look at somebody and go, "Okay, hey, how you doing?" And Gaga came out on stage to sing with him, and she had to go, "Tony, hi. Do you know who I am?" And and it was kind of an amazing thing because he sat there and he was smiling and shaking. He goes, "Oh, it's Lady Gaga!" Like, bam, recognized her,
Oh,
started hugging the whole deal. But
wasn't
what a
he
great
part?
talent!
Wasn't he part of the original Brat Pack?
I think so, but his career flourished later in life, and it was actually due to his son. He said, who wants to hear me sing, and who wants? They said, and he goes, "Dad, I'll produce your albums. I'll be your, people would kill for you." And putting him on MTV of all things, MTV Unplugged, where artists were going on these 1 hour concert series, showing themselves acoustically,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and Tony Bennett became a sensation once again.
That's sad though. It's I think it's sad for you just realize that life is moving on. And it's good, life is moving on. But you and I are at that age now where we're looking at people and they're starting to die around us. Like we're going through what the baby boomers went through and what the golden generation went through.
Look,
And
I mean,
it's
with all the stuff
time.
recently with my folks, their mortality is there.
How are they, by the way?
A lot better. A lot better since we last talked.
Good.
Move slow. I mean, they move slow, and Dad can't do what he used to do. So I take over doing some physical labor for him. I'm gonna go do a little labor for him around the house today and help him out.
You're a good son.
Um, well, I'm the only one they have, so who else is going to do it? I mean, it's not
Well,
like I can go
true,
pawn
but
it. I'm going to pawn this off on my brother. No, I don't have a brother. I'm going to pawn this off on my sister. No, well, I don't have a sister either, so it's me. And also, when now we've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, we're going to put you on all the accounts. Okay,
oh,
so now I'm signing, just in case, I'll sign checks for him.
right, right.
We're getting to that point, and
Yeah.
dad's fine, but he's kind of forgetting things here and there.
Well, I'm not too far away, so if you need an extra hand, holler and I'll head that way.
Of course, I appreciate that.
Plus, I can at least play with Farkas. How is Farkas? I heard he's getting his own swag.
He's getting his own swag. Let me tell you, social media superstar, my dog Farkas, aka the Wonderbutt.
That's
Here, I'll
amazing.
give you a funny story here. So I did a live with him on TikTok just because people love seeing the dog. They
He's
do.
hilarious.
He's an absolute ham for the camera, and of course Huskies are.
Yes, they are.
So somebody sends me an message. "Hello, how are you?" "Oh, hi, how are you?" What's your name?" "Well, okay, you can see my name on the thing. That's fine." "I have to ask, are you a man or a woman?" I said, "Well, if you follow me, you can kind of figure out I'm a man." And I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with this person?
It's a bot. It's an AI bot.
I don't know. It's somebody trying to look for
It's
money.
a
But here's
Persian prince.
they were yes. It's I am from Persia. So it's a Nigerian prince who needs money.
Yeah.
So send him 15 million quadalus
In gift cards.
in gift cards. "Oh, you can pay your IRS debt to us in Target gift card." Really? Anyway, so going on forward, they said, "Well, I just want to let you know you're this handsome and attractive man." And like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you." I love your profile picture. It's so sexy and attractive. Here's
Wait,
the kick.
isn't your profile picture Farkas?
Yes. That's where I went. You fucking idiot. Let me tell you. And I pointed it out. I said, well, that's great. Even though my profile picture is of my dog, I really appreciate that.
Hey,
Makes me
Farkas, you
understand that
sexy beast.
I have a face for radio, and you think the dog is more attractive than me.
That's great. That's
But these are the
fantastic.
things I deal with the social media rise of the superstar known as my dog.
Yeah, Farkas is
I am
amazing.
just the voice behind the dog. It's the dog. They don't want to see me. I'll give you an example. All right, so I'm looking at the videos now. I put a video of me up. Whoops. Turn down the volume. Sorry, had to look at the phone for a second.
No, you're fine.
So I put a video of me up doing voiceover stuff. 30 views or 30 likes, 300 views. The dog just moving my hand. A 7-second video. 3,000 people have viewed it. It's gotten 200 likes. What does that say?
Everybody needs a Farkas day.
Everybody needs a Farkas.
Farkas
They
Farkas
all
fulfills the void. Yeah, or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
No, he
it's
does.
the same
He
reason
is
why people Google cat videos. It makes you happy, and there's so much just shit going on in the world right now that
yeah.
watching Farkas look at you and go is great. I unfortunately now have 5 dogs, and I can't get any one of them to do anything on cue because they're all too busy playing with each other, which is great, which is awesome. But
What's the word of the day?
what's the word of the day?
The word of the day. What's tell me your phrase, Fark, and I just put in
Oh, okay.
whatever anecdote, word of the day for Farkas. But yeah, the dog talks to me, and I talk to the dog because who else am I going to talk to?
I'll tell you what, this German Shepherd that we rescued, he has become a vital part of the pack. Like he and Luna play nonstop. I've never
It's
seen
good to have a different breed dog with the
I have
Huskies.
but I've never been around German Shepherds before, and so learning his mannerisms and how he does stuff, he is so stinking smart. It scares me. Like there are things that he didn't know. I understand why they're police dogs and why they're army dogs,
Yeah.
because they just I feel bad because I need to work with him more. I need to train him some more because he's absolutely loving learning stuff. He started playing fetch officially yesterday, and his face is so big that when he takes a tennis ball and holds it in his mouth, you can't see it. It's like it's gone in his maw. I'm like, please don't
Oh my
choke on
gosh.
that. Like, thankfully he's got it kind of on his, like his teeth are holding it, so you can kind of see it kind of poking out one side of his cheek. But for the most part, you would have no idea that he has anything in his mouth. Like, God, he's just the way he runs. I could go on all day about this whole dog thing, but still, dogs are great. And
Dogs are wonderful.
he's starting to kind of talk, and I didn't know that German shepherds. Apparently, German shepherds can be very vocal, and so he has this kind of weird whine that he does. That it's like when like when the huskies are learning how to talk, they kind of start with that,
Right.
and so he's kind of got this sound.
So he's mimicking
The
the
huskies.
he's
So
mimicking the Huskies. That's
yeah,
good.
it's which is really funny because we had a howl the other day, and all 1, 2, 3 huskies. Yeah, there's 3 huskies. All 3 huskies howled, and Bosco's just kind of sitting there going, "What the hell's going on right here? Like, what's wrong with you people?" And he kept nosing me, like, "You're right there, mom. Like, why are you making that weird sound? Like, what's going?" And then he's looking at Apollo, and he's like, "What, brother? What's going on? Are you okay?" And but you could see like he's just kind of, "What the hell?" And It's interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he howls too. He's got a very scary bark. And I mean scary because I've never heard, like, I don't know if anybody's ever heard a German Shepherd bark, or up close a German Shepherd bark. Like, you've heard it on TV, but when you're in the room and you feel that air just come out and go, it's it's like, oh my god, yes, here, take whatever you want. I will never break into this house again. Like the Huskies, it's like, hi, are you here to steal something? Can
The
you pick,
Huskies are like, "Hi, can
can,
we?"
can you pet me first? Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball. Bosco, it's like, what? Why are you
Why are
here?
you here?
Who are you? Back out the door now.
You
Like,
chose
you
poorly.
chose poorly. Yeah, there's a guy on TikTok, I think, who does physical imitations of what each dog behavior is like. And it's like the Chihuahua, like a burglar runs in and there's a Chihuahua, and the Chihuahua's like, ah! And he goes running at him. It's really funny. And I think he does a Rottweiler and it's like, hello. Yeah.
Hey,
What are you doing? Anyway,
can we
so,
play?
can we play? You want to play? Get the ball. Get the ball. So yeah. So how's the heat over there after the storm?
Oh, holy crap! Let me tell you something. So I go out of town. I come home, get in the house, taking bags in the house. I'm like, well, and I set the AC to 74 when I left, so it
Right.
wasn't constantly running.
Right.
And I thought, wow, it is really warm in here, being 74. I thought, oh, and then I passed by one of the vents and I felt hot air,
Uh-oh.
and I went, oh, that's not good. And you know how you kind of go, you're like, wait, I don't hear the air conditioner running, but the vents are running. Oh, that is not good.
Oh
That
no.
is super not good. I go outside. No, the fan is not moving, not sucking in air, right?
Was there ice on the coils?
Nope. The fan motor burned out.
Oh my. How is it? Have you gotten it fixed, or how long will it
Yeah,
take to get
no,
it
I had it
fixed?
fixed. I got it fixed that day. I mean, they were supposed to come out and do a maintenance service on it.
Right.
And, like that Monday or so. Now, this was Friday, Saturday, whenever. And I said, no, I said, look, I got to get you guys to come out today. It is 94 in my house.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought, my
Emma.
God, it is incredibly hot in here. It shouldn't be this. But you said it at 74. It's warm. But I'm like, whoa, I am wringing wet. What is going on here? So open some windows and heat just sucked out of the house.
Oh dear God.
And then that got it down to 84. So still hot as all get out in the house, but it took all night for that AC unit to cool the house down to make it livable and comfortable. Now, I have just gotten my power bill.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, $500 later.
Oh jeez.
That's all right.
Yeah, we had the variable compressor. I can't remember what the name of it was. We had something blow on our AC a couple weeks ago. So I understand that pain. It's just, it's horrible. It is horrible.
Oh, trust me, it was the capacitor motor
Yeah.
and the fan that went out both at the same time.
Damn. And it's a bad time to do that because we're in the South, and this is when the July,
Oh, and it's
August,
getting worse.
yeah, August, September, July, August, and part of September become like a hot box.
Yeah, become unbearable.
Like it gets so hot. I have a window unit in my shed where I work. And
Mm-hmm.
if the temperature is going to be anything above 90 outside, I can't stay out there.
Mm-mm.
Because no matter how low I set the temperature on the AC, it just will not it will not continue to cool, because after a while it reaches like a critical heat level, especially with it's a black roof, and it is insulated. It has insulation, but there's only so much I can do in a shed.
Right.
And so after a while I'm like, I gotta pack it up and head into the house and make sure that there's nothing meltable. And I leave the AC on at like 70 out there so that it doesn't completely fry everything. But I can't run it worth being habitable for a couple weeks during the summer. It gets bad. Yeah. So I guess that's where climate change comes in, because there is climate change. Whether it's a climate crisis like we're talking about is debatable, but there is climate change. The earth changes. I mean, we went from the ice age to helter skelter in several million years. So I'm sure it's happening because the earth is a living orb. The earth is a living
Yeah,
round object.
the Earth is actually a living, whether we want to admit it or not, it is a living organism, and we are parasites.
Yes, we are. And I agree that we are probably causing the most damage. You know,
Well, I think we're causing damage, but I'm gonna tell you right now. You think we're actually going to destroy this planet? No, our
no.
planet. You know how our planet fights back? There are things called tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes. Where we start to go yeah to our planet goes, mm-mm,
Flick.
let me show you. Yeah, flick. Our planet goes, oh, I'm a little sick. The antibodies start coming in, which are hurricane, all the aforementioned
Right,
storms
and
and
then
natural
and
disasters
spiders.
and spiders. Okay, here's your spider fun fact of the day.
Ah,
The wolf
okay.
spider.
Yes, which I
The
have a
wolf
lot
spider.
of around here lately.
Don't kill the wolf spider.
Why?
The wolf spider is a natural predator to the brown recluse.
Oh.
Okay, they go and hunt the brown recluse or the fiddleback. And they will also kill cockroaches, scorpions, gnats, mosquitoes, and black widows.
Okay, I'm
They are
fine.
the.
I'm fine
Go
with them
ahead.
being in my garage. I'm fine
Right.
with them being in my backyard. But as soon as
Right.
they're walking down the hall looking at me like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. No, I get it.
And there was this meme that I saw once upon a time, and it was like, that spider you just killed thought you were its roommate.
Right.
And I'm like, look, we have daddy long legs that come in and kind of, when there's certain, like when it rains a lot, some of the spiders come in. And so I'm fine with that once in a while. But when I'm sitting there and there's a wolf spider down the hall and it's the size of a quarter and it's looking at me like, how you doing? I was watching you in the shower last night. How you doing? I'm like, squish. Every now and then I'll find just a randomly dead wolf spider where they've come in and they've either not been able to eat, or they've gotten no water, they've gotten stuck somewhere in the house and they just curl up in that
Mm-hmm.
little ball. And it is the scariest thing even just seeing that, cuz they're belly up with their feet curled in like Aragon in Harry Potter.
Right.
But then when I go out to the garage, like I was cleaning the garage the other day, which I'm really proud of. I
There
mean,
they are
they're
thriving.
they're there thriving, which is great. But then I found one that was dead, and it was huge. It was like the size of my
Yeah,
palm,
they're big.
dead. Like it was taking up my palm as it was curled up in that ball. So I could just imagine with its legs spread out, it was probably huge. And I'm okay with that. They can eat the palmetto bugs. They can eat the lizards eat them. We have a couple lizards around here. We have a chipmunk around here. So I know that we have a thriving cycle of life in my yard. I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
The crunchy moon spiders that come out once a month that go up by the lights and create those big beautiful webs, that's fine. Come on out, be your crunchy self, hang out up there. Just don't get near me. Don't crawl on me. Don't try and have a social conversation with me. The bats that are in our attic, I hesitate to get rid of them because they help keep down the mosquitoes
Mm-hmm.
and other stuff. But they're causing damage to the house, so I've tried to move them, but they don't want to move. They like our
Yeah,
attic.
you're gonna have to get an actual Critter Getter.
Exterminator.
No, even the exterminators won't handle that. They're like, nope, you got to pawn that off to somebody else.
Oh, really? Like a pet, like an
Like
animal removal?
Animal removal, because they won't do that. I found that out. Mice they'll take care of, the exterminators, but I had a squirrel invade the home.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, this was a few years back. A squirrel chewed its way through the bedroom.
Well, that's fun.
Oh yeah, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I started feeling things fall on my face, and I'm waking up, and it's drywall. I'm going, what the hell? Looked up, and there he is, poking
Hi.
his little head out in the middle
Hello.
of December.
My name's George.
Like, hi, I live here now.
Got nuts?
So yeah, he's like, oh, I overthought this. I don't have any place to jump down to. I thought this was another place. Okay, and then darted back in. So there I am, frantically covering a hole at 2 o'clock in the morning to reach up to 14-foot ceilings, trying to get my way up there to, do this. Anyway,
Oh, goodness.
I called the pest control company, and they said, "Oh no, we don't deal with that. You have to get an actual pro." I went, "Okay, well, what are you guys?"
Oh,
So
they deal
okay,
with like bugs and stuff. So
yeah, they deal with bugs and mice. That's it.
little things.
Little things. Snakes, no, we're not handling that. That. So the squirrel, I had to get critter getters. And the guy came out, he's like, oh yeah, he chewed a hole through your back here.
Why are they always like missing one tooth rednecks that come out there and they're like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you just need to get you some lemon pledge and stick it out there and spray that hole and he'll be good and gone. Like, just
right. I mean, look, and I'm not knocking the pros like that, but he put up this archaic looking medieval torture device, is what I like to call it, over the knothole that he chewed through. He goes, now here's what this thing's gonna do. You go see him. He's gonna go in, but he's gonna realize he's gonna have to get out, and it's gonna snap shut on him.
oh.
And snap on his neck. I said, okay.
Is it gonna kill? Like it's a humane killing thing?
It was immediately killed him, right? So I go out the next morning, go to get start the car for work. It's 10 degrees outside. I mean, it's just an awful cold winter we're having. And I look up, and there is this dead body. I mean, big fat squirrel dead body hanging from this thing.
Oh shit!
And I'm looking, going, "Whoa! I guess we got our culprit." And then I turn around and I look in the trees, and there's about like 5 or 6 of them looking at the warning, going,
"Oh no!"
He means business. We can no longer visit the large man's home.
Oh. Oh no. God. Yeah.
But anyway, that's your story of squirrel.
But then there's also like, and it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever had this. I know I've had this because I have an overly active imagination. I'll get it out at some point. There have been times that I've like stepped on a spider and crunched, dead, blah blah blah, and then I look and there's other spiders around me somewhere, and I'm like,
yes.
Oh, they saw me do it. Oh, they're gonna come after me. And then for a little while after that, I'm like paranoid that I'm gonna get attacked by random rogue spiders that are taken up for their buddy. And so I could just imagine, the squirrels sitting there going, he killed George. You see him? Make sure you get a copy, get a picture, draw, sketch on a piece of bark this guy's face. We gotta know. We gotta keep everybody informed. This guy's a killer.
It's like an episode of Rick and Morty. Morty was able to hear the squirrels talk, and he heard them that they're plotting world domination. And then the squirrels are like, wait, can that one hear us? I think he can listen to us. Little boy, can you understand me? Come here, little boy. I'll grant you wishes. He starts walking faster and faster. Rick is busy going, what? Oh, Morty! You angered squirrels, Morty! You angered squirrels! And he hits some button and knocks out all the squirrels. He goes, pack your shit, Morty. We gotta go. Oh, man, we can only do this like 1 or 2 more times. You understand? You messed with squirrels, Morty. They rule the world.
They rule the world. Yay.
But on that note, I think that's a podcast.
I concur. Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll be
Take
back
care, buddy.
eventually.
We'll be back sometime soon, maybe soonish, a little later, maybe within the month or week, or kind of around this time this year, maybe next year. We don't know. We'll be back. Listen to us.
Maybe, sorta.
Maybe.
Kinda. Ish,
maybe, sorta, kinda.
If you want to, it's your prerogative.
If you want to,
or don't. That's okay too. I mean, you don't have to listen.
We would be the most non-committal overlords ever.
Don't even bother. Don't worry about it. We'll just assume you listened. No big deal. I'm glad you enjoyed the podcast. Thanks for being here. You know. That's it.
And that's a wrap.
Bye. This has been another random podcast brought to you by the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Check out the links in the description for ways to find our weird, and remember, when in doubt, duh.